Hello, friends. Welcome to Block Bytes. We have all used digital identity in some way or form, whether sharing a photo of your driver's license or ID proof, or a scanned copy of your phone bill for address proof. Digitization of identity related artifacts has led to fast and efficient provision of goods and services, enabling a multifold increase in economies everywhere. But have you ever wondered, does digitization help improve privacy? Or can the speed of service provisioning be bettered? In this video, we will look at decentralized identity and why it will transform how we do things today. Our identity is increasingly becoming digitized. More and more of our physical credentials are converted into digital versions, which we use for work, playing, socializing, shopping, and consuming online and offline services. But has this provided us better privacy than before? Digitization has actually reduced privacy for all of us. Centralized authorities creating these documents for us remain centralized and vulnerable to data breaches. But now we have digital copies of our identity on hundreds of centralized databases worldwide, creating an even bigger attack surface. We need a decentralized way to issue, hold, and control our identity. Let's begin by understanding the difference between digital and decentralized identities. In this example, an electronic copy of a driver's license, which is shared as proof, represents the digital identity of the person. In a decentralized form, only the required information, in this case name and age proof, will be shared. This is the future of identity. Now that we have a very basic understanding of decentralized identity, let's dive deeper to look at the various components that make this possible. Starting with a decentralized identifier or DID. A DID is your crypto wallet account. A user creates, stores, and controls this unique identifier. These DIDs will be associated with other entities to establish or verify the user's claims to access a service. Next, we have claims. A claim is a piece of data like name, address, or date of birth. Claims are used to verify an identity. In this example, the name and age is a claim. Next is a credential, also called an attestation. A credential is simply a collection of these claims. For example, a driver's license is a credential. It is a collection of various claims like name and address. The issuing authority signs off on this truth that you, represented by your wallet's private key, are indeed the owner of this driver's license. Anyone with the user's public key can then go to the blockchain and check if they are a valid driver. The picture shows how the various components and actors work together in this new decentralized identity system. On the left, you have the issuer of the credential or claim. The issuer signs the credential and the user countersigns it. This credential or claim is then stored on the blockchain. When the user requires access to a service, or when a service requires to verify the identity of a user, the claim is verified on the blockchain. I found a different representation in case this picture is complicated to understand. I took this from a blog titled "What is Digital Identity" by Matthew Tyson. I will link it in the description. Simply put, in decentralized identity, the identity is available on a blockchain forever. So there is no need to submit identity information for every request. It is easy to realize the advantages of such a system. Number one, privacy. Only the claim needed for a certain proof will be shared with the verifier. All other pieces of information remain private. Number two, secure. The credentials and associated claims are stored on a decentralized blockchain, not a siloed database. Third, control. The user controls how their claims are used by approving or rejecting a verification request. And fourth, speed. This is a much faster process as everything is online. Claim issuance and verification will be completed in minutes, if not less, as identity is persisted in the public blockchain. There are certain challenges that decentralized identity faces. First is standardization. The advantages of having a decentralized identity representing a single version of the truth can only be achieved if all the organization, governments, and other systems embraces it. As a result, creating criteria for issuing, holding, and verifying DIDs so that all credentials are validated, trustworthy, and securely saved is critical. Thankfully, W3C and DIF are already working in this direction and have published a list of such standards. Interoperability. Entities issuing DIDs must work with different blockchains, since users will use their identities on applications across different blockchains. Companies that issue DIDs must build their infrastructure on a blockchain that facilitates cross-chain communication and secure data transmission. Fractal is one such project that addresses the interoperability concern. It is a decentralized issuing entity that runs on the Polkadot blockchain, which allows Fractal to interoperate with other parachains, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Next, self-custody. This is perhaps the most significant hurdle for identity and the entire ecosystem. People need to remember their username and password all the time. Imagine if you forget your private key. The consequences can be devastating. Account abstraction and social recovery provide a way forward, but it is still in its early days. Let's look at some common use cases now. Decentralizing our identity will impact every single area where we currently use our identities. Hence, there is no limit to the number of use cases. But let's look at some simple ones. First, unrestricted access. Your Ethereum keys will replace username and passwords. Sign in with Ethereum or SIWE allows users to use their public-private key combination to access services on the internet. Number two, seamless KYC. Companies can avoid traditional know your customer processes using these verifiable credentials to validate user identities. This lowers the cost of identity management while also preventing forgery. And voting. Decentralized identification can reduce the likelihood of fake votes. Users must validate their identity using an on-chain identification system like the blockchain name service. It is time we take control over our identities. With decentralized identity solutions, we, the users, get the power back to create and control our identities, which is how it should be. Besides giving power back to the user, having a blockchain at the heart of this new system enables a seamless, fast, and secure interaction between the users and the resources on the new internet. So whether it be opening a bank account, purchasing a gift for your loved one, or applying for a job, all aspects of human interaction will be bettered by decentralizing our identities. I hope you liked this video. Do like and share, and I will see you next time with another fresh bite. Bye bye.